There you are. Hello.
You're here with us both on screen, but also on the back wall. And oh, look at this one right here. Um, so each of us are going to take about 5 minutes to just give quick summaries on some things. A lot of information to present to you. And so we'll actually even have some slides for part of it. I'm going to actually focus on the alumni survey. First of all, over 330 of you filled out that long ass survey. Thank you. Lots and lots of really good information in there, really helpful for us, because part of our intent is to really create a sustainable long-term MEA alumni program. Winning cohort the winning cohort gets to actually have me as their 1 hour partner in a session is the 50 Shades of Love. So congratulations to them. Actually, if you go back to the slide just before, if you don't mind. There we go, perfect. So I will be joining you. We'll figure that one out. What else do we need to know? You come from 24 countries, or you came here from 24 countries. Your average age is 54. About 25% of our MEA alums are people of color, and just over 60% are women. 40% of you are self-employed, and that visual looks perfect right now. You're doing a lot of things at once. 65% of you use the skills and tools that you learned here in your personal and professional life on a regular basis. And look at this one, 97% of you feel that you are more mindful and present because of having joined us. That's amazing. The number one skill that you deepened here at MEA was exploring your purpose. The number one motivation that you said that for the MEA program was self-growth, continued learning, and self-development. In fact, that was double number 2. So part of the reason that was interesting to us is that it does speak to the idea of how do we continue self-growth and continued development for you, because it's not just a one-time thing. 81% of you, to speak to that, said you'd like to have an MEA graduate program or additional programs available. Obviously, we have workshops here, and I think it's already 15 of you have come to Mastery Weeks. So we'd love to have you come back, but we're also going to look at what other kind of programs we can offer you. 98% of you stay connected to people in your cohorts or the group as a whole. That one shocked me. And that's 40% of you on a weekly basis. So that social wellness, that connection that you feel toward each other continues on. That said, we hear you, and there are a few things that you love that we don't have yet. There's some tools you'd love to have. You'd love to see a marketplace, something that's better organized around how you can offer services and products to each other. You'd love a better directory that allows you to find, if you wanted to find all the people who are MEA alums who are interested in opera or in World Cup soccer, or would like to actually take a trip as a group to Iceland in July, wouldn't it be interesting if our directory actually allowed for that? It doesn't right now. You don't use Mighty Network a whole lot. We get that. We're looking for some other alternatives as well. Yeah, and just figuring out how to get robust toolkits. We're taking advantage of this time of being closed to build some new changes into the alumni program. And we have your extensive alumni survey is being, every single one of the survey results has been fully read, recorded, and Jim Dunnigan, Nim DeSwart, and Leslie Barrett are together pulling together a business plan for us moving forward in terms of how we can create an even more robust alumni program for you as we move forward. So thank you for all that information. It was really helpful for us. I think I have covered everything. So I'm going to move it to Christine.
Hi, everybody. I am going to talk about the letter that landed in everyone's inbox from me this week, from all of us, really. I first want to acknowledge it was deeply uncomfortable to send that ask. I want to acknowledge that we have no idea what condition the desks that received that letter are in, and we know that it is an unprecedented time. We understand that. We also are committed to making this work and want to continue to service this community and new compadres, and it honestly is what it's going to take. We've made some decisions here that aren't strictly financial. We are paying our local team all the way through. We've kept them employed. We are sponsoring food boxes to their families. We are having those food boxes, they are directed that they can either keep or pass on. We've asked them to help identify people in their communities who might need more help. And we are doing that because we believe that stabilizing our community is the smartest, kindest, wisest thing that we can do in a time of unprecedented change. That puts a lot of strain on our business, because I'm pretty sure everyone knows that we are a passion project and a legacy project, and we don't function the way that a bottom line driven business might. That's fair to say. One of the issues, or one of the iterations of the letter, I'd actually written about how this thing only exists because Chip paid for it. And as we polished it, I did pull it out, but there was kind of a more raw edition about what we owe to this man and his dedication and passion and insanity to put this whole thing together. And that Jeff and I and our whole team hope that we can all rally around to show him how much he means to us and how we value what we have here. So you're welcome. What else do I want you to know? We do have a few different ways that you can participate, and they're all outlined in the letter, and every bit of it helps, and no amount is too small. And we absolutely understand if you are not in a position to participate financially. No shame, no harm, no foul, we get it. There are vacation weeks, pre-booking, a workshop, those all go to our operational bottom line. You want to make a donation to the staff, that will go directly to them. And we also have Age, which is coming online in August. I think there might have been a little confusion. This is our nonprofit. It is not quite ready yet. At this point, you are simply making a pledge, and we will get in touch with you when the IRS waves the magic wand and says that we are ready to receive donations. We have a group of donors ready to match what we can raise in this time, up to $300,000. And that is our goal, is to get to 300,000. We just broke 50,000 yesterday, so we are having some headway, and we are grateful for every dollar, every peso, and every kind letter that has come in. I kind of hit send on that and then sat back in my chair and took a deep breath, and the kind emails started flooding in immediately, and that meant so much to me. So thank you for
Christine,
that. Yeah.
we have a question. Can donations be made on a monthly basis? In other words, a pledge to MEA on a monthly basis?
Thank you, Linda. Absolutely, that can happen. And if you follow the link to the pledge sheet, there's a way to let us know that that's what you want to do. Again, we won't be collecting that until at least August. So at this point, it's just letting us know your intentions, and we will follow up. But it's very easy for us to set up a monthly pledge amount.
But we are, you are accepting donations for the operations fund, right? For the staff? That you can take. It's just Age that's a pledge.
And the donations that we are taking now that go directly to staff are not tax deductible. If you are looking for a tax deduction, that's what happens with Age in August, and both ways help us. So thank you. Any other questions around that? If it comes up, just let me know, Linda or Leslie. We also have a special scholarship that we are announcing that is sponsored primarily by the Soul Train group. And this is for Lynn Elizabeth Farzaroli. She came here, she was quite young and was in remission from cancer when she came. Unfortunately, she did lose that fight with cancer. And in her memory, and this is a picture of her on stage with her adorable daughter, she was such a bright light. She brought so much wisdom to her group. And as we've seen time and time again, the importance of intergenerational collaboration, she was just amazing. And we have a quote from her family that Lynn's MEA experience in Mexico was transformative for her. She returned emotionally, intellectually, and physically fortified and more determined than ever to live her best life. Shortly after, in January, her cancer spread, and I believe that the strength she gained through the experience helped her with us during the last year. So thank you to Soul Train for committing money to the scholarship so that we can continue to sponsor young learners and one old soul, old souls in a young body to come down and experience and contribute to MEA each year. I think that's about it for me. I have one last thing that's a little off script. In our quarterly town hall, our last quarterly town hall, we began a new tradition of the Pearl Award, where we recognize outstanding contributions to the alumni and MEA community from one member of our community who really exemplifies qualities that we find to be wise, and in this case, wise and gorgeous. This person is gentle. She's guided us towards this life-saving tech long before it was life-saving tech. She is so capable, so confident, and so competent. And joyous, always joyous. She always brings a light to every room that she's in. We just want to celebrate her competence and her quiet confidence. And we are so happy that you found your beloved, because you are quite beloved to us. So I think many of you will know who the recipient of the Pearl Award is right now, but I'm so proud to recognize Carrie Henley for her service to our.
Hey, that was not in the script.
I couldn't tell you. Is there anything that either of you want to add?
One other thing I'll just say is that she helped us launch the alumni program. She and Laura Campbell were the co-chairs of the advisory board, and helped us get to the place where we got Leslie in the position she's in, and we wouldn't be where we are, and in fact, our very first Zoom call was, in fact, that's just a flash. Our very first Zoom call that we had as an alum group, which was September of 2018, was due to Carrie. So, Carrie, thank you.
And when I asked Jeff, can you give me one sentence about Carrie Henley? Jeff, what did you have to say?
Carrie Henley for president.
Yes. Christine, we have one question from the group.
Yes.
Is MEA structured as a nonprofit only, or is there a for-profit venture vehicle available for angel investment?
Excellent question. Write me, Christine at modernelderacademy.com, and we can talk.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Lisa.
Hi, guys. Brief update from me as well. Carrie Henley for president, everybody. Just make sure you, let's just get buttons. Actually, Carrie, do you want to just say a couple of words? Because we truly are grateful to you.
It's not very often that I'm speechless. Seriously, I was not prepared. I'm already in tears. I'm on next. That was so crazy. Thank you. I owe so much to Chip and MEA, and it's been such a joy. And I have said many times that the light that Chip and the team has, that brought so many of us to the shores of MEA, and the joy I've had working with the board. And it's been an amazing group of people. Every single person I've met that has had anything to do with MEA has been an incredible gift to my life. So it's just right back at you. Thank you so much.
It is weird, Carrie, that you decorated your house exactly like Chip's house, but
I'm a super fan. I'm a super fan.
It's just the way these things go. Thank you so much. Rolling on the update train, remember that there are a number of ways of getting involved. Christine sort of suggested some ways, and people are going to become venture investors. It's very exciting. But things like vacation week are coming up. Think about yourself, your friends, and who else might come along to that as well. The last vacation week was super mellow and super beautiful. So consider that. I know that I've actually been on a bunch of cohort emails just today where people are starting to brainstorm and dream up their own ways of contributing, whether it's donating services that then they would then provide the revenues from to the Academy. These are all beautiful ideas. And I think, as both Chip and Christine have said, we're really grateful for any and every bit of support that you guys can give us. More practically, and in a way that can help us all in terms of our own ongoing development and what we might want to see ourselves doing, is think about signing up for another course. The upcoming academic calendar is super interesting. We've got some incredible people coming to speak, including Paul Hawken, Lynn Twist, and the poet Mark Nepo that I'm going to be teaching with, which is just, I'm pretty gripped about the people that are coming, because I get to hang out with them and make friends with them and get all vulnerable and gushy and mushy with them. See if there's anyone that speaks to you. And if there is, right now, and only right now, you get 20% off if you sign up for a mastery week with the Modern Elder Academy. So yeah, no, appreciate the ability to sign up and get involved. What is the exact date of the last mastery week? I think we had 9 people come who were alumni.
Yep.
To the Paul Hawken week. So we've actually had some really great return visits, and it's beautiful seeing people, but it's also really deepening and enriching to have these kind of ninjas in the group, these people who know what's going on and kind of can really push the culture into those weeks. So that's exciting. What is next? From the, a bunch of you became ambassadors. 90% of our alumni already have done referrals to other people. You're our greatest asset in terms of the experience that you had in communicating that to friends, to families, to colleagues, to anyone. Please keep doing that. Thank you so much if you signed up as an ambassador. As Christine said, it's not all about money. It's about helping us think about how to reach the world and how to reach people that might be interested in the work that we are doing. All of this sort of work tunes into thoughts about learning and long life learning, lifelong learning. We've been talking a lot here at the Academy about what is it that kind of keeps you fresh, that keeps you moving in the second half of your life or in the second part of your life. We've been meeting consistently with the team at DCI, the Distinguished Careers Institute at Stanford, who've all been sort of putting research together around how community and having a purpose and well-being are core parts of a thriving ongoing life. And in terms of that, embedded into each one of those elements is this kind of learning mindset, this growth mindset, the ability to learn as being pivotal to having a long life and a healthier elderhood. So long life learning has been on the agenda. So yeah, as you consider where you're going to spend your time and how you're going to think about your time, think about that. In terms of our work and some of the experiments that we've been running in long life learning, we've been running mastery hours, and I'd love to thank Leslie Bartlett, Leslie, our beautiful hostess, for the day today, for curating, co-hosting, and just kind of organizing those hours. They've been epic. We've had, Leslie, what, like upwards of 100 people on every single one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
Over 100.
yeah.
Every week. We've done 7 so far. You've done 7 so far.
We've done 7.
Been really great participation, engagement, and interesting. They're all great.
And all kinds of really interesting people, from sort of filmmakers to, you know, Bob Waxman has spoken, and yeah, Danny Friedland talked about conscious leadership and so on. So jump on. We are going to try and sort of rationalize the fire hose of communications that are coming towards you. We appreciate that it's a lot, but also we're trying to sort of work out how to best let people know what's going on. We are trying to sort of put out content for people during these times where, you know, maybe you are feeling slightly isolated at home, or slightly alone, or even within family, just wanting to get the hell out of your head and see what other people are talking and thinking about. So we will reduce the fire hose and make it more directed and let you opt into some of these things as well. But we really enjoyed doing those sessions. Jen Mayer, our team member from IDEO, organized a virtual MEA day, which was stunning. And again, there's a whole crowd of you that were a part of that, and we're super grateful to the small group of, I think it was 6 was it eight of us that came together to sort of see, could we trial doing some of these virtual sessions and what would that look like? Stay tuned. I think it will definitely show up pre and post MEA in terms of alumni work and kind of pushing content out there. Jen has also been spearheading some work on a rebranding exercise. So just keep that on the down low. Don't tell anyone, but we'll be announcing about that later on in the year. I'm super excited about it. It makes me really happy personally. So we're really thrilled to have Jen and Raleigh here kind of helping us work and think. And actually, I just wanted also to sort of say, in this time where we're all being so incredibly careful, self-isolating and so on, it does look a little weird that we're all snuggled on a sofa. We've all been in isolation together. So just to be clear, we take this really seriously. The group that you see here has been really conscientious about not going out. None of us have left this stupid building for like 7 months, or 7 weeks rather.
7 years.
7 years, 7 long years. It's how it feels. So lots of interesting programming, lots of interesting thinking. We've also been thinking about how we extend out our footprint in this community. As some of you know, I've been involved in some work called Baja Sage, which is our first prototype community that we're building here. And that has just been it's been astonishing for me to be involved in that, and just seeing the most magical people show up and say, hey, this sounds cool. Even in the middle of this crazy time, let's do something together. And the power, again, just sort of borrowing from Danny Friedland, the power of, instead of going down to fear, sort of moving up towards something aspirational and something creative and co-creative. People talking about kind of collecting together to buy farmland and collecting together to build studios and all kinds of crazy things that could hub around what we're trying to achieve down here, has been feeding me personally. So it's just been an incredible, turbulent but amazing few weeks down here in Baja. I think that is about it from my end of things. Yeah, let us move on to the next.
Beautiful.
Lovely to see you all.
Okay. Thanks, you guys. Good.